Hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to say a really big thank you to 400 subscribers. I can't imagine I've hit this number. It is really weird to think about 400 people sitting in front of a screen watching me, so I'm so beyond grateful. And as a thank you for reaching 400 subscribers, I thought I would do a video all about me. No, I'm just kidding. I just would like for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. So in this week's video, I'm going to be talking about just a little bit of like the basics about me, like basic facts, where I've lived, because fortunately I have lived in 5 different cities, like 4 different countries, and it's just pretty interesting, I feel like, and it explains a lot about me and where I come from. And then also my interests and hobbies, because I have quite a few, including YouTube of course, but I'll be breaking all of that down in today's video. So if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe down below if you're not subscribed yet. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so like I mentioned, I'm going to be starting off with just like the basics. Some very simple things is that I am 22 years old. If you stuck around with my channel, you would know I post some videos of like what I spend in a month of, like, as a 22-year-old living in London. So I'm 22 years old. Like I just said, I live and I work full-time in London. I am 5'7", if you're curious about how tall I am. And I do have one like younger sister, and I say younger because they're only 18 months younger than me. And fun fact, they just recently moved to London. They were in one of my videos. This one here, we did a tattoo tour, which you want to watch. Very fun, you get to know them a little bit better, but I do want to have them over more in my channel, so look forward to that. My favorite color is black. My sister's always saying it's not a color, it's like a shade or tone, whatever. So if you also don't think that black is a color, then my favorite color is green, but really it's black. For my astrology people, my sign, I am a Scorpio sun, and I'm also a Leo moon and rising. I find that quite interesting. If you do as well, let me know. As a Scorpio, my birthday is November 18th, which is coming up kind of soon. So stay tuned for a 23rd birthday vlog, because I will definitely be vlogging my 23rd birthday. And as a little segue onto the next section, which is where I've lived, I am from Brazil. So I obviously have lived in Brazil. I was born there, and I lived in Brazil since I was born until I was 8 years old. I do speak Portuguese, by the way. I speak Portuguese and English. And then once I was 8, my family would move to Grand Cayman in the Cayman Islands. Beautiful place. It's in the Caribbean Ocean, and if you've been there or if you've seen pictures, you know, like, it's just extremely breathtaking and beautiful. I lived there until I was 14. We moved there because of my mom's work, so it was very fortunate that I got to live on an island growing up. It was very cool. I really want to go back. I haven't been back to Cayman in years, but it's a place that was really beautiful, and I would love to go back now as an adult, because like I said, I lived from like 8 to 14 when I was there, so I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I would now, I feel. And then after 14 to 17 years old, I lived in Miami, Florida, and that was because of my dad's work that we moved there at first. So I did kind of like my high school years there from sophomore to senior year. Still have some close friends from there, but I haven't been back since I graduated. Unfortunately, like, I do want to go back to visit them. The last time I was there was 2018. After I graduated high school there, I moved to Aberdeen in Scotland. Now the reason why I'm smiling is because everyone asks me, like, why would you go to Scotland, like in one of the most north places, Aberdeen, after having lived in Brazil, Cayman and Miami? And the answer to that is I don't really know. So basically, I have like Portuguese citizenship, and at the time when I was applying for uni, I was still like completely fine and legal and easy to come to the UK because Brexit wasn't a thing. So I applied to some places in London, some places in Scotland. I applied to some places in like France as well, and I learned about Aberdeen Uni because randomly, like, I was volunteering somewhere in high school, and then one of the guys volunteering there had like a cap that said University of Aberdeen, and that was right at the time when I was looking for places to study. And I'm like, oh, where is that? So we started talking, and then I found out it was in Scotland, and then I applied, and there was 2 places in my top 2. It was that one and then the American University of Paris. And the only reason why I chose Aberdeen was because I knew one person there, and also I spoke the language, which just made it really easy. And I will say, like, I don't regret that decision. Aberdeen itself wasn't a great city for me, but I met my now boyfriend and best friend who both live in London now, and they're both Brazilian as well. So I'm really fortunate for that experience. I still learned quite a bit while I was there, so it wasn't something that I regretted. But when people ask me why I moved there, I generally don't have like a solid answer, like, oh, I really love Scotland or the cold. Like, no, I hate the cold. Didn't like the weather was horrible. It's all really gray. I don't really care for like Scottish culture. It was just a really interesting experience for me. I don't really remember why I did it. It was kind of one of those things that just kind of happened and I went for it, but I'm glad I did. Would I go back? No, I would not go back. too cold, too miserable. And then after Aberdeen, once I graduated uni, I moved here to London. So from the ages of 21 until now, I'm 22, about to be 23 like I said. I started working at a retail company in Aberdeen at uni in my last year, and I knew I wanted to move to London. My boyfriend had gotten a job in finance in London, and so I asked the company I worked for to transfer full-time because I was part-time as a student. So then I transferred with them full-time, and I'm still working like the same company, but I got like a better like level job. But yeah, it's really great. So I love that I have lived in so many places. Let's move on to my interests and my hobbies, because I have a lot of them and I'm very passionate about a lot of different things. Obviously YouTube is a big thing that I am passionate about. I have been passionate about creating, so like photography, video editing, and just making content ever since I can remember. Quite literally, like I got a camera. This is a fun fact about me. I'll insert a photo here. But I got my first digital camera when I turned 5 years old because my dad realized how much I was into photography. I'd be taking like photos from like my parents' cameras and stuff whenever I could, and that was literally one of the best gifts I've ever received because it kind of ignited this passion in me for photography and creating content, which I still love to do at 22 years old. From 5 to 22, like it's been a lifelong passion of mine. So finally starting this YouTube channel has been like a dream of mine, and I'm so happy I did because I'm really passionate about it. And that's another reason why I'm so grateful that I already have 400 subscribers, because I haven't been doing this very long and it's something I really want to continue doing because it just makes me really happy. So thank you for subscribing. You're helping me literally fulfill one of my biggest passions and dreams in life, so thank you. Outside of photography and video and editing and all of that, I also really weirdly I love to plan things. Like I'm a planner type person, and planning brings me joy. It's one of my interests and hobbies. So planning everything from like a YouTube video to my grocery like meals of the week to trips, I just love to plan. My calendar is completely color coded. Like when I'm washing my hair, commuting to work, when I'm making food, like all of that is in my calendar. I just love to plan. Another thing that I just love to do as well that kind of ties into this like content creation thing is digital art and like drawing on Procreate. It's something that is definitely like a hobby of mine. I wouldn't say I'm like super talented in it, but I do enjoy it a lot, and I even have like a Redbubble shop that I sell stickers on. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave it linked below. And recently I've been trying to get more into reading. I want to read more just because it's a way to consume content that is a lot like slower, and I feel like more intentional than just watching YouTube videos or TV shows. And I love doing that, don't get me wrong, but I've been trying to get myself to read more, and I'm slowly getting into it. It's not something that I like 100% enjoy, but I do enjoy it at times. So I'm trying to change that mindset. So slowly I've been getting into reading. One of the books I really loved was Verity. Everyone knows that, heard of that book, but I really like that one. And right now my friend recommended we're doing like a little book club thing, and I'm reading Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which has been really good so far. I'm in a chapter at the moment which has been like very hard to get to, but up until that point it was really good. So I'm hoping after this chapter is done it'll be really good again. But yeah, reading is something else that I've been kind of enjoying recently and getting myself into more. Last but not least, in my like interests category would just be Harry Styles, because I am a big Harry Styles fan. I talked about this in my tattoo tour because I have the Treat People with Kindness tattoo, and it is a big part of like my interests, and like listening to music as well kind of ties into that. But any Harry fans out there, let me know, because I am a big Harry Styles fan. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope that this video kind of helped you feel a little bit closer to me, get to know me a little bit more. If you have any other questions, just leave them down below, and then maybe eventually when I reach like potentially 1,000 subscribers, hopefully soon, I can do like a part 2 with questions that you guys ask me instead of just things that I'm sharing about myself. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!